Bert, had the opportunity to get your book and to read your book. Why the book?
Well, I appreciate that question, and thanks for buying the book. Writing a book was something that was on my to-do list for a very, very long time. And I actually had a couple of starts and stops. And then after I retired, I was looking for a project, something to do. And luckily, I had, over the years, written over 200 pieces. And I had a group of friends, I forced them to go through and read everything I ever wrote and pick out what they thought were the 40 best, and they did. And then I went back and added 5 more. So it made it a nice 45 essay collection. And then when I started looking at it, it really did kind of capture my whole personal evolution and growth through the fire service. So we put it together in a book. And then I needed a title in terms of where I wanted to go and the message I wanted to send. And that's when I came up with the title of the book, I Can't Save You, But I'll Die Trying, The American Fire Culture. And that really did kind of capture the conclusion that I've come to after some 45 years in the fire service. And I'm hoping the book can help firefighters in their career in front of them, fire chiefs in terms of how they run their organizations and what they're trying to do. But then at the same time, I hope the public reads the book, because society has a perception about what the fire service is and what the fire service can do. And I think there's some dysfunctional aspects of that we as a society need to begin addressing. And I think I have a voice that I can share that with. And so I get to put a check mark next to one of my to-do list kind of things. Gives me an opportunity to go around and talk about a specific thing. It's also a way for me to say thank you to all the individuals and organizations that I've had come in contact with over these years, made friendships, learned things, had the opportunity to make some change and do some stuff. As you know, the fire service is a real calling, and all of us love it. So it's another way for me to share my love story with the fire service, and then hopefully inspire some other people to reach out, to try different kind of things, to expand themselves. Because one of the things I say in a book is that the fire service gives you opportunity to do stuff that your only limit is yourself.
Absolutely.
And it's just a wonderful place for anybody to be part of, and hopefully the book will inspire some other people to carry the torch. This is the one that was passed to me and I've been able to carry forward, and now it's kind of passing the torch to somebody else. So it's been a great exercise.
Outstanding. You mentioned that this book just isn't for firefighters and fire chiefs. So you're thinking, whose Christmas list should the fire chief award this book to?
Sure.
The city manager, his county manager, the city commission, just the clubs in town?
You're exactly right. It's a great gift the fire chief could give to the elected officials, the city manager types, the leadership in the community. Because as you know, since you read the book, one of the things I talk about is that society really does have a perception about what fire protection is. And I think there's some fundamental dysfunction about how we think about fire protection. So it's left over from Ben Franklin to today in terms of what the American fire culture is about, that fundamentally, when there's a fire, a bunch of people have to get on a piece of apparatus and go to wherever the fire is and then put the fire out. So it's basically a manual fire protection model. And it's been that way from Ben Franklin to today. So we can't sustain that for the 21st century. We need to change to an automatic fire protection model with built-in fire protection. Basically, working smoke alarms and sprinklers. Fire sprinklers put fires out long before the fire department ever gets there. So society needs to make that commitment to change its culture to move that way. The industrial side of society, meaning warehouses, the firehouse I slept in last night had fire sprinklers in it. But I mentioned to them, the firefighters there, their homes didn't have sprinklers in them. So the firefighters were actually safer in the firehouse than their loved ones back in their own house. So that's a fundamental cultural challenge that we have that I'm hoping this book helps us overcome. And by reading the book, whether you're a civilian or a firefighter, I'm hoping that you will change your fundamental understanding of what firefighters do, what we can't do, and society's responsibility to solve the American fire problem.